Hello ladies and gentlemen and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host, Brett Murphy, and for today's video, it is going to be another ranking. And for today's video, I am going to be ranking every single upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe project by excitement. So Disney Plus Day of 2021 was a little while ago. And on that day, just like last year, they announced a ton of upcoming projects. I covered the same subject about a year ago now, and since then there have been 3 movies and 4 series released, therefore they've been taken off that list. But don't you worry, there have been plenty that have been announced since then to take their place, and then some. I would also like to preface this by saying that I will only be covering officially announced projects. So I will not be including projects that are rumored, speculated, or definitely going to happen at some point, like a new Avengers film or an X-Men film. It is only going to be officially announced projects. Oh, and I also won't be including Marvel-related projects like Morbius or the Kraven the Hunter movie. This is strictly the MCU. This is only going to be covering the MCU as we know it right now because the multiverse is opening and the possibilities are limitless. But as of the recording of this video, it is only going to be these projects. And before we hop into the actual ranking, I just wanted to let you all know that I have an entire playlist dedicated to all of my ranking videos. So be sure to check that out, and I guarantee you'll find something you like. Also, there are 28 projects on this list, so if I breeze through them very short and sweet, don't get mad at me. I don't want to be here all night recording this, and you don't want to be here all day watching this. And so with all that being said, let's hop right into things. Number 28, Agatha, House of Harkness. I really did not like Agatha at all. Like, honestly, I do not understand why she has become so popular. In my eyes, she was by far the weakest aspect of WandaVision. I did not like that it was Agatha all along, and it absolutely baffles me that she is getting her own Disney Plus series over some far more deserving Marvel characters that have never even been mentioned. Number 27, I Am Groot. As far as I'm aware, this is going to be an animated series of shorts. And actually, it's kind of funny to me that I'm more so looking forward to this than I am watching Agatha's show. Sure, it's gonna be cute and all, watching Groot grow up from baby Groot to where he was in Infinity War, but let's face it, it's here for the kids. There's not gonna be any real meat or progression for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yeah, it'll be adorable, but I mean, I don't think it's really gonna be worth watching for diehard fans who only want to see this universe expand. Number 26, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I get why this exists. It's part Disney making fun of the original Star Wars Holiday Special and how notoriously awful it is, and part fever dream for director James Gunn as he grew up genuinely loving the Holiday Special. It's sure to be hilarious and give us a nice little holiday treat, but I genuinely doubt that it'll be much more than that. Number 25, Echo. I don't really know enough about this character just yet to be excited. What I do know is that she is basically the hero version of Taskmaster, in that her ability is to mimic the movements of others. I know that she'll be making her first appearance in the Hawkeye Disney Plus series, so maybe after she's in that I may be a bit more excited for this project. And I know that she'll be played by Alaqua Cox, and that's really about it. Number 24, the Untitled Wakanda series. For this one, I just don't really know what to expect. Don't get me wrong, Wakanda is an absolutely stunning and unique location. But I believe that it was already wonderfully explored in the original Black Panther and will likely be further explored in its sequel. So what does that really leave for this series? Who will it star and what will it be about? It ends up here because I love the world of Black Panther and what they established in that first movie and from what I'm hearing about the sequel. But I am a bit concerned because we really don't know anything about this at all. Number 23, Marvel Zombies. I love zombies, and everybody who watches my channel regularly should know that by now. But the matter of the fact is that we really just don't know what to expect from this one. We know that it's animated, most likely in the same style as What If, as the popularity of the zombies episode in season 1 of What If is what inspired them to create a whole series for it. But how will the series go? Is it going to be set before or after the events of that episode? Is that episode going to matter at all? Or is it going to be based off of the Marvel Zombies comic line? This one could really go either way. And that uncertainty is what places it way down here despite my excitement and love of zombies. Number 22. Miss Marvel. I hate to put this one so low because I think that this is a very important character whose live action debut is long overdue. That being said, the set photos, leaked promo art, and officially released stills that we have gotten so far have not impressed me. They seem to be changing around her powers a little bit, and that is pissing a lot of people off. Not really me, it seems like a necessary change. And I don't really feel that the costume looks all that great, at least as of right now. I really do genuinely hope that I am proven completely wrong. This is a great character, and one that is much needed right now. I just hope that they do her justice. Number 21, The Marvels. I don't love the first Captain Marvel movie, and therefore this one ends up here sort of guilty by association. We haven't really heard a whole lot on this one so far, so there's not much to get excited about. We know that it's going to feature Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau, and that it's directed by Nia DaCosta. I am hoping beyond hope that it is superior to the first, but without knowing too much as of right now, I'm not going to get my hopes up just yet. Number 20. What If Season 2? What If Season 1 was a bit of a windy road? It had a few ups and a few downs. In the end, myself personally, I was satisfied. But it seems as though this new season is going to continue the storylines that were set up in the first season, rather than being a full-blown anthology series like I was initially hoping. Fingers crossed that they deliver a fresh new batch of scenarios and really knock it out of the park. Number 19. Hawkeye. Yeah, despite this one coming out very soon, or depending on when I release this, maybe the first couple episodes are already out. But sadly, I'm really not all that excited. I really do love Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, and Haley Steinfeld cast as Kate Bishop was a dream cast come true. We know that it's going to dive a bit deeper into Clint's time as Ronin before the events of Endgame, or at least we'll see how that time changed him. We know that Florence Pugh is going to appear as Yelena Belova, and there have been many rumors of Vincent D'Onofrio appearing once again as Kingpin. There really is a lot to love and to look forward to with this series, but this one just doesn't excite me more than everything that's about to follow it on this list. Number 18. Spider-Man Freshman Year. I am both extremely excited and incredibly nervous for this one. On the one hand, the 90s Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man are some of my favorite shows of all time. On the other hand, I have not been a big fan of the webhead's recent animated outings. This one being set within the MCU and actually being canon definitely has me intrigued. But I am worried about the animation style that they're going to go with and the storytelling. Here's to hoping it's another great show for a new generation for the web-slinger. Number 17. Armor Wars. The main reasons I am excited for this are 1. Don Cheadle, and 2. Rhodey as a character. Don Cheadle is an exceptional actor who is unbelievably charismatic, and in my personal opinion has not gotten anywhere near enough time in the spotlight in this universe so far. Further to that, the same goes for Rhodey as a character. He spent pretty much the entire time as War Machine living in Tony's shadow. I am very excited to see some solo War Machine adventures, and for Rhodey to finally have some great War Machine party stories.
Boom, you looking for this?
Number 16. Ironheart. This one excites me so much because of Riri Williams as a character and the fact that we're going to have a new Iron Man-like figure in the MCU. Tony did his part, and for me this series is sort of a metaphorical passing of the torch. I am sure that Rhodey is going to be there as a mentor, and I am hoping to see more of the Stark/Potts family. Iron Man was such an important and powerful character both in terms of this universe and to the audience. But I have confidence that this character, and Dominique Thorne as an actress, will carry that mantle forward with grace. Number 15. Loki Season 2. The first season of Loki has been my favorite of the MCU Disney Plus shows so far. I thought it was unique, inventive, charming, and the most important element, it affected the entire universe going forward. The ripple effects from this first season will be felt through both the movies and the shows, which played a huge role in my admiration for this show. And I am genuinely curious on how they plan to play this out going forward because of that. They can't just resolve the issue and act like nothing happened, so I am super intrigued to see where they take this next. Number 14. She-Hulk. Believe it or not, I've actually become slightly less excited for this one after the most recent Disney Plus day. I didn't like the logo change, and the little glimpses that we got didn't really pique my interest a ton. However, I do like the sort of retro courtroom vibe that they're going for. Having Mark Ruffalo and Tim Roth back only helps the mix, and there have been plenty of rumors swirling around that William Hurt and Charlie Cox will also be appearing. Tatiana Maslany appears to be the perfect casting choice, but only time will tell if this is going to turn out to be a massive hit or a major dud. Number 13, Secret Invasion. This series itself doesn't really have me all that hyped, but it is what this series implies that has me hooked and ready. The Secret Invasion storyline is one of the most popular and prominent in Marvel's entire comic book history. And if this series leads into that, then we are in for a real treat. What we know so far, at least to the best of my knowledge, is that this will star Samuel L. Jackson once again as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as Talos in a sort of buddy cop comedy. We also know that Emilia Clarke and Academy Award winner Olivia Colman have been casted alongside Shooter McGavin himself, Christopher McDonald. Number 12, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. I don't love the first two Ant-Man flicks. I really do enjoy them, but I believe they're more so bottom tier Marvel. However, I do love Paul Rudd as Ant-Man and Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp. This movie has the potential to be huge though. On top of once again also starring Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer, we also have newcomer Katherine Newton taking on the role of Cassie Lang. Bill Murray is actually going to be in this movie in a mystery role. And best of all is that Jonathan Majors will be appearing as the MCU's supposed next big foe, Kang the Conqueror. Number 11, X-Men 97. I was really apprehensive about putting this one so high up on the list, but damn it, I am just so excited and was not expecting this announcement at all. Essentially, this is a revival and continuation of the original X-Men animated series. A lot could go right, and a lot could go wrong. Has the show really aged all that well, or is it just the nostalgia talking? Can Disney recapture that original magic that we all fell in love with? Will that animation style hold up today? So many questions, and all we can do is wait and see. Number 10, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The whole world was left completely shocked and stunned by the sudden and unexpected passing of Chadwick Boseman. Nevertheless, the cast and the crew of the Black Panther sequel have decided to move forward with the project in Chadwick's honor, which I completely respect. Right now, there have been a few snags in the road. Nevertheless, though, Ryan Coogler doesn't miss. And we have been told that by the time the credits roll, we will be satisfied with who ends up as the new Black Panther. I am very much looking forward to seeing who they choose, and how they honor Chadwick's memory while also further expanding the magnificent world and lore of Wakanda. Number 9, Captain America 4. The Captain America trilogy starring Chris Evans is the best trilogy in the MCU thus far. I was over the moon when I found out that it was going to be Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, taking on the Shield going forward. Although I don't think that The Falcon and the Winter Soldier as a Disney Plus series was anything that special, seeing Anthony Mackie in that suit with that shield gave me goosebumps. And I am very excited to see him move up from a supporting role to headlining his own movie. Anthony Mackie deserves it. Sam Wilson deserves it. And I am so happy for both the character and the man. Number 8, Deadpool 3. I mean, come on. It's the third Deadpool movie. How can you not be excited? Ryan Reynolds will be back, it's going to be R-rated, there is a possibility that he will be interacting with MCU characters. What is there not to love? Number 7, Fantastic Four. Marvel's first family, some of its most iconic characters, and one of its most iconic teams. Casting speculation has been absolutely buzzing since this was first announced. And I know not everyone is super happy with them choosing John Watts to sit in the director's chair, but if Kevin Feige has faith, then I have faith. And regardless, no matter what, there is no way that it can be worse than the adaptations we've already gotten so far, right? Number 6, Blade. I mean, it's Mahershala Ali playing Blade. A half vampire that kills vampires. Should it be R-rated, bloody and violent as all hell? Absolutely. Will it be R-rated and bloody and violent as all hell? Absolutely not. But that still doesn't bring down my excitement for this project. By far one of the coolest Marvel characters. Paired with the perfect casting choice, and being a part of the MCU, sign me up. Number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The first Guardians of the Galaxy film is without a doubt among the best of the best that the MCU has to offer. The second Guardians of the Galaxy film, although it doesn't quite reach the heights of its predecessor, has grown on me quite a bit over the years with its heartfelt themes. So how can I not be excited for this one, especially since they brought James Gunn back to direct? If they hadn't, I can't lie, I definitely would have been worried. But thankfully, the Disney overlords saw that people can change, and that James has atoned for his sins and they brought him back on board, so enough said. Number 4, Moon Knight. This project ranked around here on my list last year too, and for good reason. We still haven't gotten a ton on this just yet. A few leaked photos and a few brief snippets, but even just that has been more than enough for me. This character alone getting the live action treatment is enough to put it in this spot. When you add in the fact that they cast Oscar Isaac in the lead role, and now that we have seen a brief glimpse, the suit is undeniably perfect. I honestly don't need to see any more. They could drop it tomorrow, giving us nothing else, and I would be just as hyped. Number 3, Thor: Love and Thunder. Thor Ragnarok may not be for everyone, but it certainly is for me, as it is top tier MCU in my opinion. I love Taika Waititi's style of direction, from Thor Ragnarok to What We Do in the Shadows to Jojo Rabbit. And now he's getting another crack at Thor after the events of Avengers Endgame. Throw in the facts that this time around we will have Natalie Portman back and she will be taking on the role of the female version of Thor, aka the Mighty Thor. You have Christian Bale playing the villain Gore the God Butcher, and Russell Crowe playing Zeus, as well as featuring the Guardians of the Galaxy. In my eyes, every single aspect of this is a recipe for success. Number 2, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This is about to be the biggest shakeup in the MCU's history. Sam Raimi in the director's chair, Benedict Cumberbatch back in the lead role and perfect as always, Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch likely playing the villain, horror elements spliced in, multiverse exploration. At this point, I don't even need a trailer. Just purely and simply inject it into my veins. My excitement for this cannot be contained. This movie is going to blow everyone away, mark my words. And number 1, Spider-Man No Way Home. This had to be obvious. It's essentially going to be the live-action Spider-Verse movie. The multiverse gets ripped open. Willem Dafoe is back as the Green Goblin, Alfred Molina as Doc Ock, Thomas Hayden Church as the Sandman, Jamie Foxx as Electro, and Rhys Ifans as the Lizard. And potentially a 6th villain introduced in there somewhere as well. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield at this point are all but confirmed to be featured. And it appears as though Charlie Cox is likely to be featured as Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, once again. Seriously, this movie seems to have gotten too big to fail. And dare I say, this is even more hype than Endgame at this point. Or at the very least, it is extremely close. This is going to be one of the biggest movie events of my lifetime, and I cannot wait. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with my ranking. And while you're down there, feel free to let me know what ranking you'd like to see me do next. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to see more content, consider subscribing to my channel and ringing that little bell icon. That way you can be notified about all of my latest uploads. And as always, stay safe, thank you so much for watching, and that's a wrap. Hey you, yeah you, if you made it this far, just know I appreciate you, and while you're here, consider hitting that subscribe button.